You check your phone 96 times a day, hoping nothing bad happens. A Stoic checks his mind once each morning and prepares for everything bad. That is why nothing breaks him. You are spiraling about a text she did not reply to. Marcus Aurelius was watching his empire burn, and he zoomed out until it was a dot. You end your day doom scrolling in bed. Seneca ended his by cross-examining himself like a lawyer. That is the difference between a man who is improving and a man who is just surviving. Every comfort you refuse to give up is a chain you refuse to see. Seneca slept on floors so that poverty could never control him. You cannot even skip breakfast without panicking. Someone cuts you off in traffic and you are screaming for 20 minutes. Epictetus had his leg snapped by his own master, and he did not even raise his voice. The difference is not pain tolerance, it is the pause. Marcus Aurelius woke up in a plague-ridden empire, not knowing if the next messenger would bring news of another city lost, another friend dead. He did not start his day by searching for good news, he started by bracing for bad. In his campaign tent, surrounded by the stench of disease and the noise of war, he wrote the line, "When you rise in the morning, think that you will meet people who are angry, ungrateful, deceitful. Prepare your mind for such trials." That is, Meditation 7.19. Not a motivational poster, a warning and a drill. This exercise, Premeditatio Malorum, is not about wallowing in anxiety or reciting what-ifs like a nervous mantra. It is about mental rehearsal. You picture the worst, the job loss, the betrayal, the sudden phone call that changes everything. You walk through the disaster in your mind while you are safe, so you are not destroyed when it is real. Marcus did this while 5 million Romans were dying around him. He did not just imagine a bad day at work, he pictured the empire falling apart. He trained for loss while holding the whole world on his shoulders. Compare that to the modern routine. You panic if your Wi-Fi drops for 10 minutes. Marcus rehearsed the death of his children and the collapse of Rome. One is a spiral, the other is inoculation. The Stoic method is not passive worry, it is exposure therapy for the soul. You stare down the thing you fear again and again until it loses its teeth. Try it. Before you check your phone, before you scroll for reassurance, close your eyes and ask, what if the worst happens today? Not as a pessimist, but as a fighter. You are not predicting doom, you are rehearsing your response. You will find that the mind, like muscle, gets stronger with friction. Anxiety is not fate, it is a reflex you can train. Marcus Aurelius did not become unbreakable by accident. He started every morning with the hardest truth he could imagine, and he faced it head on. Scroll, swipe, refresh. The world shrinks to a screen, and every headline feels like a personal threat. Doom scrolling is not just a habit, it is a loop that traps your mind at ground level, where every problem looks enormous and urgent. The Stoics had a tool for this. It was not a motivational quote, it was a mental elevator, and Marcus Aurelius called it the view from above. He did not invent the exercise, but he used it when the empire was burning around him. In Meditation 7.30, he writes, "Imagine yourself as a small part of the whole universe, a tiny speck in a river of time, then your troubles shrink." Here is how it works. First, picture your body as it is, caught up in today's worries, the ping of a message, the itch to check the news. Now zoom out. See the room you are in. Zoom further. The building, the street, the city. Out again. The country, the continent, the spinning globe. Keep going. Past the clouds. Out to the edge of the atmosphere until the planet itself is just a blue dot in a black ocean. Your job, your likes, your unread emails, they are invisible from here. Even the worst headline dissolves into background noise. The universe does not care about your notifications. Marcus practiced this while his armies were dying of plague, while Rome teetered on collapse. He was not escaping reality, he was putting it in scale. This is not a trick to numb yourself. It is a way to see that your panic is local, but reality is vast. Modern psychologists call this self-distancing. Studies show that when people take a wider perspective, even for a minute, their stress markers drop, heart rate slows, the spiral breaks. Try it the next time you are stuck in a doom-scroll trance. 3 steps: focus on your body, zoom out to your city, then out to the stars. Hold that view. Your phone cannot hold the universe, neither can your anxiety. The view from above does not erase your problems, but it shrinks them to their actual size. That is the difference between being trapped in your feed and being free in your mind. Seneca didn't end his days with comfort. He ended them with cross-examination. In exile, stripped of power and status, he wrote to Lucilius around 65 CE. Each evening, examine the deeds of the day, note any fault, and resolve to improve tomorrow. This wasn't a gratitude list or a gentle journal prompt. It was a nightly trial, yourself as witness, prosecutor, and judge. Before sleep, Seneca asked, "What bad habit did I cure today? What weakness did I resist? In what way am I better?" This is forensic honesty, not bedtime self-soothing. The average adult now spends 7 hours a day on their phone, dodging discomfort, scrolling past their own shortcomings. Seneca's audit is the opposite. You turn the spotlight on your worst moments, not to shame yourself, but to catch the habits that would otherwise run your life on autopilot. No filters, no excuses, just the raw data of your actions. Try it tonight. Before you reach for your screen, replay the day like evidence in court. Where did you flinch? Where did you show up? What did you avoid? The point isn't to feel better, but to see clearer. You can't fix what you won't face. The only comfort here is the knowledge that tomorrow you get to try again. Seneca owned more land than most Roman senators. His net worth today would hover around 70 million euros. In letter 18, he writes to Lucilius, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?' This is not cosplay poverty or a minimalist Instagram challenge. It is controlled deprivation, designed to break your addiction to comfort before life does it for you." Seneca, who could have slept on silk, sometimes chose the floor. He ate bread so rough it scraped the palate, wore clothes that scratched, and asked himself if this was truly unbearable or just unfamiliar. Modern loss aversion studies show we fear losing comfort more than we enjoy gaining it. That fear runs your life until you kill it at the root. One night, schedule your own hardship drill. Sleep on the floor, eat plain food, turn off every device. The goal is not misery, it is proof. You can survive what you dread. Comfort is a habit. So is resilience. Only one will outlast the other. Epictetus started life as property. His master broke his leg for fun. He survived, was freed around 68 CE, and became a teacher whose words outlasted empires. His core drill? The discipline of assent. When an impression hits, whether rage, panic, craving, or insult, he told his students, do not react. Pause. 3 seconds. In Discourses 1.2, he says, when an impression arises, pause. Give assent only to that which is true and within your control. Sounds simple, it is not. Every time you grab your phone, the instant it buzzes, fire off a reply before thinking, or let a headline hijack your mood, you are failing the test. The Stoic pause is the steering wheel for your mind. Modern cognitive studies back Epictetus up. A 3-second delay before acting drops impulsive aggression by 29%. That is 1/3 less regret just by waiting. Try it. The next time you are about to scroll, snap, or spiral, freeze. Count. 1, 2, 3. Let the urge pass through you. Then choose. Epictetus did not have a smartphone, but he mastered the hardest muscle to train, the gap between stimulus and response. That is not self-help. That is self-mastery. Most people scroll, react, and numb out. The Stoic sets aside comfort, faces loss, and asks nightly, what bad habit did I cure today? What weakness did I resist? Stoicism isn't a quote on your feed. It's a discipline in your bones. The pause is the training. Stay sharp.